Nerd Avengers, it is Josh. Thank you for checking out this video. And look, I want to show you guys this right here. I was talking about this earlier on a stream, but there's a big new leak out there. This is it on 4chan. It doesn't look cool, and so we're just going to look at the sort of condensed version here on Reddit. But this was posted by somebody before the first episode of Loki premiered, and they got everything right about that episode. And so they say it potentially reveals synopsis for No Way Home and the Multiverse of Madness. And this, if true, and a lot of people are thinking that this is true, this has major ramifications for what we think is coming for those two movies and sort of the multiverse as we move forward. So check this out. It says right here, for Spider-Man No Way Home, it features Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, investigating why the dimensional barriers between parallel universes have weakened or have been weakened, allowing beings from other universes to cross into theirs, including Sinister Six supervillains that Spider-Man Tom Holland must deal with. This culminates in a post-credits scene encounter between Strange and the source of all of the chaos, the Scarlet Witch, who is now in possession of the Darkhold. Now, we see that set up in WandaVision, and I'm going to come back to that in a second because it's really cool, and hopefully WandaVision is as big of a deal as we originally thought it was going to be, so we'll get into that in a second, okay? So, for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, it says, reveals that the Scarlet Witch has been using the Darkhold to search the multiverse for her twin sons, Billy and Tommy, unaware that she is being manipulated by the cosmic abomination known as Shuma Gorath, so it can spread madness through the multiverse. After an initial confrontation, she agrees to help Strange undo the damage she has inflicted upon reality by America Chavez, a young girl whose dimensional powers are pivotal to Shuma Gorath's plan. In exchange for her assistance, Strange vows to help her find the twins, but this effort leads to unexpected results. And then here's really crazy. So it says here, the growing multiversal instability and its effects upon the timeline are first referenced in Loki, which also reveals that the barriers of the multiverse were broken once before, and it led to a multiversal war, which nearly destroyed all of creation in its wake and led to the creation of the Time Variance Authority. Okay, really, really crazy. This all lines up and tracks with a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about over here on our channel, on our streams, all sorts of different things. And there's just a lot kind of in here. Okay, number one, let's talk about Shuma Gorath. Shuma Gorath is an awesome villain and has been reported to be the main bad guy in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. The fact that he's looking for America Chavez, that was also in the same report that confirmed him as the big bad. So what I'm saying is these leaks completely track with those other reports about Shuma Gorath and about America Chavez being pivotal to that plot. But here's what I think is really freaking cool. When we reported about that, I was like, but what about Wanda? What about the Scarlet Witch? She's supposed to be this big crazy thing. It was awesome. Wouldn't Shuma Gorath be wanting to get her and use her? And according to this leak, he apparently already did. Shuma Gorath, unbeknownst to the Scarlet Witch, was controlling her the whole time. I must wonder, was there more teases towards Shuma and therefore the involvement of Doctor Strange in WandaVision? Has Kevin Feige been ducking the connective tissue that he sort of pulled out of WandaVision because he had to delay Doctor Strange for so long? Is that part of the reason why Feige is holding back on all the Spider-Man stuff, because he needs Loki to finish so that then all of this stuff will make a little bit more sense moving forward? It's a pretty cool idea, but according to this leak, she is going to be, because she's the Scarlet Witch and freaking awesome, she is going to be a big part of Shuma's plan. And the whole multiverse breaking, which happens in Spider-Man, that is essentially because Wanda was looking for her children. Now, this also tracks with a lot of different rumors we heard about the children being in Doctor Strange. There's even some social media posts made by one of the young actors that pretty much confirmed that he is in Doctor Strange. And I know they've really tried to clean that up and they want to keep that mystery for everybody. But according to leaks, oh, by the way, spoiler warning, I guess I should say. But yeah, according to all the leaks and different things that are out there, the children are very likely to be what is in Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange eventually will, apparently help her to find the children, perhaps after the events of Multiverse of Madness and defeating Shuma, right? There's a moment where the Scarlet Witch is going to realize that she's been manipulated and she's going to help, and then Doc Strange will, I think, probably bargain with her to then help her find her fake kids that she created and then killed. This also, again, makes WandaVision make more sense and be more valuable in the MCU canon. It just felt weird the way it was all ended, and it's like, oh, she loves the kids, she doesn't love the kids, then she's got the Darkhold and she hears the kids, like, what's going on there? There wasn't enough for me to really latch onto. But if that will be paid off in Spider-Man and then paid off again in Doctor Strange, and then I believe Wanda will play a pretty significant role moving forward in whatever happens next, because she is so insanely powerful. Feige said, yeah, her story will happen in Doctor Strange too, but you'll see even more of it later on. I think he used the words inevitable that would happen. And a reminder, this post was made before the first episode of Loki, talking about the multiversal war and the TVA and that creation. That is like a telltale sign that this person knew what was going on. And so all of this evidence just sort of makes me believe that this leak is likely true. So what does it all mean? Well, I think the biggest takeaway for me as a huge Marvel fan is like a sigh of relief, where it's like, whew, okay, thank goodness. Like the train's still on the tracks. They still have their plan. Everything does have a purpose, and it wasn't like all moved around and switched around, right? We had heard that there were some things going on behind the scenes where Feige was changing things around, possibly because of the Pandy, possibly because of Sony, other things like that. And so there was some concern from fans like me after WandaVision and then after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that we were like, oh man, are they pulling stuff out of these shows because the macro plans they had are not going to pay off and they have to now shuffle? That would really suck. But no, it looks like everything more or less is still on track for their multiversal plan. Many insiders and scoopers reported at the time of WandaVision that there was a big multiversal trilogy of films and shows, very, very important. And it was WandaVision, then Spider-Man, then Doctor Strange. That was what all of them kept saying. This was another reason why fans got so freaking hyped about WandaVision. And I believe now we're starting to get this picture that this was indeed the original plan for Marvel Studios before the Pandy, before Derrickson leaving Doctor Strange and some of the other things that happened. So Wanda, still a massively significant part of what's happening for Marvel moving forward. The search for her children, huge, huge deal. And this also, just as a little side note, sort of addition to that kind of craziness thing, I also think this news indicates to me that Kang, or at least a young version of Kang, is totally on the table for the Loki show, because it looks like the Young Avengers are being set up left and right, and for Tommy and Billy to play such a significant role in how the multiverse is breaking, I just think that that's going to be something super significant for whatever happens next. And I think the Young Avengers might be being set up to be a crazy show and or movie, whatever they do with that team. But that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to update you about this really crazy leak that is out there and some of my thoughts about what it means maybe for the Marvel, the MCU canon. I'm sure there's other things going on out there, other assumptions that people can draw, theories that folks have. So share all that kind of stuff down below. Make sure you check out our live streaming channel, which hopefully will be unbanned soon due to that copyright situation with Warner Brothers. Yeah, big bummer over there, but hopefully we'll be getting that channel back soon. And go check it out if you like live streams, hanging out, talking about nerdy stuff like we do. The live streams are a great time. Make sure you do that. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.